Hi guys! Well, we are back off our four-nighter.
Back in with the Renegade Master. No.
Yeah, no, we're back again after our four-nighter on board the wonderfully and beautiful Cunard Queen Victoria.
Glacier Victoria. I was about to say Elizabeth. No, sister ship.
Yeah.
This is our third queen, and I'm really getting a taste for Cunard now. I've got to say, when we first went on, we were so nervous about going on board. And like, oh, will it be too much? Will it be? Actually, it's quite fun. It's quite enjoyable, and they seem to be relaxing the dress code rather controversially a little bit. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. But it was a really nice cruise.
Yeah, it's just a short one.
Yeah,
four-nighter to Bruges or Zeebrugge.
Yep.
A day at sea, and then Cherbourg, and then back into Southampton. So just a nice little short one to just get a little bit of taste of Christmas. We really wanted to do this because last year, as you might remember, and check out above if you haven't, we went on Aida for Christmas, and it wasn't very Christmassy, to say the least. Spoiler alert there a little bit, but go and check it out and see how un-Christmassy it was.
Yeah, it was more Christmassy in our cabin, I think, than it was actually on the ship.
Our cabin was beautifully decorated.
It was beautiful.
But yeah, this year I was like, I need a bit of British Christmas before we
head over.
Head over. I was going to say trek over, but yeah, trek over, head over the other side of the pond to do Christmas in New York and then the Bahamas. So
yeah,
stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are, because there's going to be a ton of videos about that, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah. Now those 4 days went so quick. So
Indeed.
I think we need to just review and revise what we actually did. So it's time for
Roll VT.
Adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack. I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of way that I got. Your songs are in my head, it's on repeat. The awkward dance I do, but only on your street. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of queer that I got.
And there they go. There they go. From the dock. And that was the end of the cruise. Well, welcome back. That was quite a trip, wasn't it?
We packed a lot into 4 days, let's be honest.
And our cases too. We had how many cases? Oh my god.
We overpacked again.
We always do. So
we've got to learn this. We've got to make a list of actually things. And I managed to pack for a week for work trips with all the changes of clothes I need for that in like a carry-on case. And
Yeah.
when it comes to a cruise, it's like a huge case. And then when it comes to Cunard, it's about 8 cases.
8 cases, yeah. So yeah, there was a lot of things about Cunard which were a little bit different to when we went on QM2, not QE2, QM2 and Queen Anne as well.
QE2.
I know, but QM2 and Queen Anne, and we do have, as I said before, we do have some vlogs and we've got some reviews, and you can check them out here.
But there are some similarities, and there is a certain level of service that is definitely, having done the Queen Anne and the Maiden, and it being a bit of a disaster. It was nice to see that actually
going
service
back
is
and
still
seeing
there.
it, yeah.
The Cunard service is still there. Don't
Exactly.
panic, people. It's all okay.
So before we get into our review and reveal some of the things that we saw and we found out, I just want to take the time to ask you to subscribe to our channel. So we do a lot of different reviews on different ships and vlogs. We have a website as well, which is www.cruiseboys.com. I always say the www. I don't know why. I just do.
You're old-fashioned.
Exactly. We're on we're on Instagram, TikTok, and we've also got Patreon as well. And how can people join Patreon?
Patreon.com/Cruise Buoys. Start as little as, I think it's like $3 a month, which gets you access to all the behind the scenes stuff with our crazy quirkiness that we do. So if you like our craziness, make sure you head over, subscribe to Patreon. Make sure you are a paid subscriber. The free subscribers, I'm sorry, you don't really get anything.
No.
You can just get that on Instagram, etc. So
Yeah.
yeah, but no, we are all good over there at Cruise Buoys, patreon.com/Cruise Buoys.
Exactly. And we have a range of our own merchandise coming out. So stay tuned for that. And the shop should be up soon.
Now, let's get into it.
Embarkation. This is me carrying like all the cases.
They do give us handy trolleys.
They did, but
They did.
you know.
And it was very quick. The guy was very helpful to take our luggage very quick at the port, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was actually one of the quickest embarkations I think we've done to date.
Yeah.
They seem to be getting quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a bad thing.
We did stay the night before, didn't we? Because we did stay the night before, which was good. And we didn't stay at the ill-fated Ibis budget.
No, she stayed across the road in the Ibis,
Yeah.
which was very nice.
Really
Perfectly
nice.
fine
Yeah.
for one nighter, unlike the other ones. So if you want to check out what was wrong with the Ibis budget, check out.
Yeah, check out there.
But no, Embarkation, super smooth. We were parking with CPS, so we had parking included with our Cunard fare. But yeah, straight into the drop off the luggage and into the terminal. We're in City Terminal this time. And actually really smooth, beautiful brass band playing as we came in.
Christmas
really
music.
Cool, very Christmassy. Was it the only hint of Christmas we would get on this cruise though?
Oh, wait. You better wait for that. But one thing I did want to say was that we did actually have a check-in time for 3:45, which was quite
very late because we were sailing
Yeah.
at 4:30. So I was like, wow, that's late.
But we did go down at 12:30, and we didn't have an issue at all. They're just like, once more, you open the ship.
Told you before, QM2 is Titanic, not Queen Victoria.
It's Art Deco though, so not 100% like the Titanic, but it had that nostalgic.
It has a very nostalgic, lots of wood everywhere as you walk in. You definitely know you're on a Cunard ship. At Christmas as well.
Oh, it was beautifully decorated.
Such a warm welcome as well from Laura, who we also met on QM2. She does a lot of the announcers and quizzes. She's fantastic. We just love it.
It's just funny.
And just I was just like, wow, it's like a kid in a candy shop. You're like wandering, I need to film this. Oh, I need to film this. Oh.
It was beautiful, and there was like the nod back to the QM2 because when we went on Queen Anne, it was very different, wasn't it? It was more contemporary, more up to date, but Yeah, it was nice though. I like that old sort of feely.
It does, and I have to say, one of the prettiest libraries in the entire fleet, this one. I don't know about Queen Elizabeth, obviously we'll have to wait and see, but that spiral staircase, I mean, how extravagant do you need to be for a library? But wow, that library was just beautiful.
I really like the atrium as well. The atrium was beautiful. How all the stairs sort of came down and cascaded down.
On different levels as well. It's like came together multiple times like a waterfall.
And just having all the Christmas decorations on top of it as well. You got some really good camera angles. It was so good.
The Christmas trees, everything. Oh, and the pianists and things like that. It was wonderful, yeah. Really interestingly, on this ship, one of our favourite places to go on the other ships in the fleet that we've done so far has been the Corinthia Lounge.
Yeah.
This ship doesn't have a Corinthia Lounge. It does have a gin and fizz bar.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But no Corinthia Lounge. So that's a bit of a shame, a bit sad. But you do have all the usual favourites. You've got the chart room. You've got the Commodore Club.
Yes, Commodore Club.
Really nice one, actually. Although I still think Queen Anne, maybe controversially, has the better Commodore Club.
Yeah, I agree.
One issue that I did have with the Commodore Club as well was quite often if you were sat there on the starboard side of the ship, you can really smell the cigar room as well.
Yeah.
It's okay if you like cigars, but if you're not, it's like, I'd rather not, you know.
One thing that I really, really enjoyed on the ship was the Winter Garden. It was an amazing space.
Yeah, that's a new space for us. We've not had that really before. Although, being winter, the Winter Garden was... It was chilly.
cold.
The aircon doesn't. The aircon, the heating doesn't seem to work very well. I don't know if the aircon works in there either. Let us know in the comments below. But it was very, very a bit chilly, and would have been nice. Maybe they did have a lot of extra heaters around.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if maybe it's broken at the moment or what's going on. But great place to sit during the day when the football's not on.
Yeah. No, exactly.
When the football was on, there was a moment where I think it was Mark from Sweet Natured. Walked across the screen or something, I think, in front of everyone, and it was kind of like growls. All them all like... So yeah, don't walk in front of the screen when they're watching the football.
There was some other places, like, you know, you got the Golden Lion, but did we even actually... I couldn't even look in the door because it was so busy.
I was going to say we didn't really get in there, but we did just about 1 a.m.
Yeah.
When most of the ship had gone to bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bit of an odd casino. So if you're a casino player, maybe not the best ship for you.
Yeah, it's really, it's just in an odd space.
Kind of feels like it's in the stairwell, really.
Yeah.
I suppose in the UK we're not huge gamblers, but a lot of Americans come on, so maybe, I don't know.
And it goes down to Australia, like especially like Elizabeth goes down to Australia. I'm sure Victoria's been down there, but I love that clock. Oh, it's so beautiful.
It is beautiful. QM2 though still has the best Britannia restaurant, and we'll come on to that very shortly.
But one thing I do want to mention is about the room. The cabins are really, really lovely, and we're going
to come on to that right now.
The cabin.
Cunard beds are lovely.
They are so nice, aren't they?
And this was actually our first time in a balcony.
It was our first time. And 3 of us in a balcony too, because why?
3 in the bed and the little one said roll over.
No. This is Josh's first Cunard cruise.
It was his first Cunard cruise. We have to grab him at the end of this.
Yeah.
To do a little bit of a how was Josh's first time in Cunard. But yeah, really spacious room, really well appointed. Loads of hanging space, which is always good for Cunard. Not so many drawers.
Yeah, there was just the bedside drawers, which, you know, we're okay for a short trip. But if you're on a long trip, there's not a lot of drawer or cupboard space, as in like where you can put your you know, anything else apart from trousers, and your smalls can go in beside you.
That was about it. That was all that would go in those drawers. Yeah, so a little bit. I think ships seem to be moving away from sort of like drawers and things, which is a bit. I don't know. I'm a man. We like drawers. Sorry.
We like to hide things away so it looks neat.
I do like to keep the cabin looking neat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of hanging.
Very small bathroom though.
Compact.
Yeah, and some real issues in that bathroom with the shower. If you're over about 5'2", you're probably going to bash your head every day on that shower. It does not adjust. It's basically a pole stuck out of the ceiling with a shower head on the end of it.
And if you are like taller than 5'2", I would say that you'd get about this much of your body.
I basically sat in the shower every day to have a shower. The first day I really scratched my head actually and hurt it. So I basically was being very cautious the rest of the cruise.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be much for them to maybe when it goes in for a refurb or something, I'm sure, make it a like rainfall type shower so it's on the ceilings and then everyone could have a nice shower experience.
Oh, and there was one thing that we really don't like, and that's the Klingon, or known as the
Hashtag no more shower curtains. It is a thing.
And it was a Klingon. That one was a bit Klingon because because the shower's not massive, and so when you were in there,
for the fluffier cruiser, it was a little bit difficult,
a bit clingy.
Yeah.
So,
But overall, really nice space, great cruise in there. Balcony was really nice size.
Oh, it was massive. I thought the balcony was massive for some of the ships that we've been on lately.
Not that we used it a huge amount because the weather wasn't exactly great and it's winter, it's December, so I'm not complaining.
We did use it for a couple of sailorways. We did have bubbles on our balcony, or on the balcony. We had some bubbles.
Bubbles on the balcony a couple of times. So,
yes.
Yeah, so you have to watch our vlogs when they come out for that.
It did come with a two-seater sofa bed, which folded out for Josh at night, which was really nice.
Not every room is a sofa bed, but ours did have a sofa bed.
That's right.
It was really nice. They still do, Cunard still do their room services a day.
Which is
services?
Good. Two. What is it called?
They service your room twice a day. In the morning and then again in the evening they turn it down for the evening. So that was really nice. So we didn't have to leave it out and kind of keep moving around. We could put the bed, it was put away for the day, so we had a sofa and only really when we came to bed.
There was one issue though, is that they had this table, and it was nice when we came in because it was a half bottle of
and I think
bubbles.
It's probably fine if you're not moving the sofa out every evening for
but they did move it, and he used to move it into one spot.
Well, he moved it about 3 times into different spots. Every night it was a different spot.
And then I got up one night on the last night and I really kicked my toe, and I thought, that's fine, it just hurts a bit, and then the next morning it was quite mangled.
It was quite a bit bad. So just be careful in the night. There's no little night lights or anything like that we could find anyway. But really nice cabin. Would definitely book it again. The only big issues were, as you said, the table and being on the aft of the ship. But we did book a guaranteed cabin,
we did.
So we can't really complain about this. We got a guaranteed balcony. We got a balcony. We can't complain about it. On the aft of the ship, you do feel more of the motion
and the noise of
the engines was really high.
Boom. Yeah.
Bear in mind, we were on deck 6, so we weren't on a particularly low deck. So I dread to think if you were on like deck 1 or 2 on a ocean view,
you would have really.
It must have been really hard to sleep some of those nights because it was really loud compared to some of them.
But if you want to know more about the cabin, we've got a cabin tour, and you can find that above. Nom 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 nom. The food.
Pretty good, really. Very British affair.
Oh, yes.
I would say, though, they're definitely cutting back, and I'm noticing this more and more on Cunard. We noticed it a bit on Queen Anne when we found out food. And I noticed it on this. The portion sizes have definitely shrunk.
You can see that in our videos, can't you, from Queen Mary 2?
And compared to Queen Mary 2, things like they've taken certain things off and they're only in like the grills now, like crepe Suzette and stuff like that, which used to be just in the Britannia restaurant.
Yep.
I mean, I never was hungry at the end of a meal. I wasn't starving or anything like that at any time. No. But yeah, definitely cutting stuff back. Another real negative that we discovered is with a child, they stop everything from 5 until 6. There's no food anywhere realistically on the ship other than room service. And kids starts at 6. So you've either got to feed your child at 4 o'clock, which isn't always practical, or you've just got no option. There was no pool bar, there was no pool grill, even not pool bar. There was a pool bar.
There's a
pool grill.
Yep.
Buffet had stopped and finished its afternoon teas and things. There was no kind of just nothing really. It was really poor, and I thought really bad thinking, given that that your kids club's starting at 6, most ships will have something.
And I mean, for the younger ones as well, even when there's babies and that, people like to, 4 o'clock seems a bit early, 6 could be a bit late for babies, so just even just a few pizzas, burgers, just nuggets, anything. Just either part of the buffet still open, or like we said, the pool grill to remain open that hour, so that if you did need something for someone, or you got back late from an excursion, you had a bit of time. Yeah, and that was a bit difficult, and we had to end up doing room service for Josh because that was the only way we could feed him, really.
Because he wanted to go to kids.
But apart from that, I mean, the quality of the food is fantastic.
The quality is pretty good. We had some rather funny moments. You got stabbed by a fork in the restaurant.
look, it was busy and it's fine. The wait staff were a bit stressed, and I did get stabbed in the head with a fork, but they did apologise. And look, it happens. It happens. I'm not going to.
She was a bit. It was a case maybe of less haste, more speed.
Yeah,
might have been better.
Yeah,
but no, really lovely food though. Quite enjoyed it. We did have some great meals actually. So we went to, obviously the main dining room was a bit of a maybe. Yeah, it's okay. We went to Veranda for lunch on the sea day. We also discovered that Veranda for lunch normally is quite a pared down menu.
Yeah.
On the sea day we had a bit of a kind of half. So half the evening menu and half the lunchtime menu, which was really great because we did go hungry.
Yeah. But we didn't.
We went hungry.
No,
we went to the venue hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were very full at the end of it. And I tell you what, that sherry trifle.
Oh, was it good?
Revelation.
Oh.
I love a trifle, but that was really good.
Yeah, the desserts weren't too bad. I have to say, in the main dining room on gala night, my sticky toffee pudding, I wouldn't call it a sticky toffee pudding. It was a very hard cake with a smidge of like, it wasn't even like the sauce was like just a scrape of sauce with a date. But
my baked Alaska was alright in there though. And then we also went to 2 pop-up. I don't normally like the pop-up idea, but pop-up restaurants in the buffet on an evening. We went to
what was the first one? La
Piazza.
And
we went to Riviera.
Yep.
There's also coriander and bamboo.
Yep.
They weren't on our ones, and they do mix them up, so you can't necessarily always guarantee which ones on which days and what's on what.
Extra charge.
They are an extra charge. It's not a huge extra charge, especially when you look at prior. But the food, your minestrone soup.
Oh my gosh! So on the first night when we went to La Piazza, like soup. I mean, how can you elevate soup to be like an amazing thing? But they did it, and
we all got food envy when it came out, and ours was impressive.
Oh
but
my
yours
gosh!
was on another level.
It was the best minestrone. It was the best soup. Sorry, hands down the best soup.
And then we had on La Piazza, I think Riviera.
Yeah, Riviera.
We had, it was kind of more of a Mediterranean kind of style. So it's a bit like Tramonto if you've been on Queen Anne. And it was a really great meal again. We had fantastic. The clef de go lamb is a definite. If you've got 2 weeks to have it, wow, that was amazing. I did get.
What did you have?
You had a veal chop, was huge. I had the porchetta, which was, I got a bit of food envy at the start, but actually mine was really tasty, and I left feeling really full, so that was good.
Yeah.
Cheese courses across the whole ship. I think Lindsay summed it up really best.
From Sweet Nature, sorry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Aldi's cheese selection. It was not impressive. If you're a cheese person like I am, and certainly Lindsay is, and I had it quite a few times in main dining rooms, in different restaurants, I was like,
yeah.
It was a bit of a letdown. But yeah, no, overall,
food.
Love the food on Cunard.
Absolutely
typical
amazing.
British affair.
Yeah. Champagne for all. It's drinks.
Prosecco.
Well, was Prosecco.
Prosecco's on the package.
Oh, there was Laurent Perrier at the back. But not on the package.
Not on the package.
No.
Prosecco on the package.
Yeah, so what about the drinks?
So a lot of people ask, is it worth the drinks package and things? For us, I think on this case, again, it really was.
Yeah.
It works out about $70 per day on most longer cruises. I think it's a little bit more on the shorter cruises like ours, of sort of 4 nights or less. But generally, it opens up an awful lot of selection.
Yeah.
One thing that was, again, a bit disappointing to see, and I slightly Freudian slipped and put my foot in my mouth with this one, but in the Veranda, I kind of commented that in an upcharge restaurant, they only had 1 white, 1 red and 1 rosé that was actually on the package in their wine menu. Everything else was extra, and I thought, given this is an upcharge menu, and around the ship, there are loads. When we went to Riviera, for example, the next night, on the last night, there was about 15 wines that you could have had.
Yeah, in the package.
In the package. So it's like, there's a huge selection. So why don't they just transfer some of those down to there? Or say, you could have this, or you could have these other wines. Instead, it was just kind of left with, well, that's the wine, and or you could go out of the package. I thought, that's a bit naughty.
Yeah, they had a good selection of drinks though on the Cunard. So they've got their gins. You can talk about the gins because this is a gin person.
They've got the 4 queens. They've got every gin you could imagine, realistically, in lots of different ways. One of the really nice things that I do like on Cunard, none of the cocktails are pre-made. They're properly made.
Yeah.
Shall we say? They're proper bartenders. They make a proper cocktail and it tastes nice. Although I did try some new drinks on this one. I tried a ginger Cosmo. It was lovely, but occasionally got made with a little bit too much ginger. And I kind of came off going, why is it spicy? I can see through time. But yeah, no, really nice that they make the cocktails fresh.
Yeah, no, and that was good. And the service was relatively okay. The only problem was
a bit slow.
But the staff seemed to be really, especially in the Commodore Club, that they seemed a bit under it.
Yeah, they did. I'm not sure if they just had a crew change or something, but it was a little bit slow, a little bit kind of flustered and confused and stuff. So yeah, but on the whole, drinks are great. If you don't like the drinks menu, they have you don't drink alcohol. Sorry, they do have a non-alcoholic package, and they have a soda package as well. On some cruises, it might just be worth though as well. Just doing pay as you go.
Like no alcohol and low alcohol drinks.
They do have that as well, yeah. But they're in the non-alcoholic package as well. But not the soda package. No. If you take the soda, it is only like fountain sodas, as opposed to and juices, as opposed to the non-alcoholic package, which includes a bit more. But yeah, certainly we fell foul before on QM2 of actually spending nearly our cruise fare again on drinks. Not going crazy. We never go completely crazy.
We were nursing.
But if you if you like to have maybe a drink with your dinner, maybe a pre-drink and a couple of drinks after dinner, and a few coffees and soft drinks during the day, you're probably going to be up to the package nearly anyway. So it's definitely it's not land beer prices.
No, but it's not just because of the actual drink price, it's the gratuity that goes on top. So that's the thing you need to think about when you're looking at drink packages as well.
We're walking in the air.
It's the entertainment.
Because of course Alec Jones was on our cruise.
He was, and he was spectacular, wasn't he?
He was spectacular, and he was joined by Little Alec. That sounds creepy. It wasn't as creepy as it sounds.
No.
But it was very, very good. Really good evening. It was only the real show that we really went to. There was a comedian on. There was a sort of like musical show one night and things, but it's kind of, we're not huge theatre goers unless it's something that really appeals.
Or we haven't seen before.
Yeah, a lot of things are like, musical ones are great, but like, if you've seen one on one cruise line, you've probably seen them on 10 others. So it's pretty standard affair.
I would say that Cunard's not known for their massive theatre performances and that. We have been to some, but
the theatre is absolutely beautiful.
Oh yes, with the boxes
and the boxes. So on, I think it's only on really Queen Victoria and Elizabeth that you get these like boxes that you can book out, and they come with a whole experience with it of like kind of nibbly things and desserty stuff and bottle of champagne and drinks during the show and things. And obviously your own private box for the theatre show. So
and the Cruise Monkeys with their friend Ben had a box, and they waved from on high. They waved from on high to us peasants.
I was going to say to us peasants down below. But no, we had a really great time. It was absolutely packed for Alid. So one thing always with the theatre, always try and go a bit early if you want to get a specific seat. If you're not too fussed about being a bit further back or further away, or maybe even having to stand, because Alid was standing room only.
The afternoon tea this time wasn't in the Queen's room, was it? We didn't go to it.
It's not on shorter cruises. They put it into the into Britannia restaurant. But yeah, no, on a whole, entertainment through the ship. Lots of things that you'd expect from Cunard. Pianos on an evening, string quartets.
Irish band in the
band in the pub, always a good one. If you can get in.
Yes.
But yeah, no, lots of entertainment, loads of quizzes, bingo, trivia. In like the Queen's room, you've got the ballroom dancing. Oh wow, it's so good. Beautiful. I wish I could ballroom dance.
Josh did go and
he did. You'll have seen it in the highlights reel, because there's no way I'm not putting it in there. But if you haven't, go and check it out, because it's hilarious.
Quite funny. Sorry,
Lynn.
He
did so well.
I hope she didn't. I hope she wasn't bruised and blackened. She said she wasn't, but yeah.
He did so well right up until the end.
He did.
But no, on the whole, I think the entertainment is great on Cunard. There are some really great things on the other ships in the fleet. You've got the Imaginary and the planetarium thing in
on Queen Mary 2,
QM2 as well. But yeah, none of that on Queen Victoria, but loads of things and spaces just to relax, listen to some nice relaxed music. And yeah, really lovely.
There's some other well, not entertainment, but there's a pool. So there's two pools. So I think there's one at the back and one at the
there's one at the out, and there's one in the mid in the pavilion.
Now I think they were heated. One was being drained, which was in the middle. And
the tiles were being put up by mayonnaise.
Yeah, well,
Apparently.
Yeah, we'll put something in here just to show you it was funny. But the pool at the back was heated, and there was a hot tub. We didn't go in.
Tubs. Apparently, the hot tubs weren't that hot though.
We didn't go in.
There
But Josh
is
did.
also a lovely spa, and we'll come on to that in a minute.
Do do do. Do do do. The eye of the tiger. It's the spa and gym.
Jim, yeah, we went to see Jim as always.
We have to.
Shock horror. And spa was lovely. I went there on the first day where Lindsay went to get her nails, which Josh was fascinated to go and watch.
Go figure. Don't know why.
Go figure. Neither of us do our nails, so no idea. Nice little spa. There is a kind of like free bit that you can go to as well. That's kind of got a sauna and steam room and stuff as well that you could choose to go to. And then there's the paid bit because we don't do the naughty corner.
Oh, okay.
We're not explaining that. If you know, you know.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, nice spa. The actual bit itself, the actual like thermal part, is really nice pool. The pool is really hot as well, so really cool. But not the biggest spa, not the most impressive one.
Yep.
So we didn't do it because also the cost it's like $49 I think it is, which is okay.
Yeah.
But for us, given that we're about to go on a cruise in 2 weeks' time again, I was like, I'm just going to skip it. It wasn't. Yeah. It didn't make me go, I have to do this one right now. So no, lots of usual things and massages and beauty spas, nail salons, hair, whatever you need to do to make yourself glamorous for the golden night. They can't glamorize.
I think they've got like things like hairdressers and barbers and stuff on board as well. Oh, sorry.
They then also have the gym, as we said. Good sized gym. Not the most equipped gym, I would say.
No, it was busy when we went in. I'm finding more and more people in the gym as we go on cruises.
Again though, one thing with Queen Victoria, I bashed my head in that gym because the ceiling is so low on the cross trainer. When I went on the cross trainer, it does say watch your head, but it's in a tiny little thing way away that you wouldn't necessarily see the sign. And I got on the cross trainer, and I went boom, and literally cracked my head. I was like, geez, like this place is a thing for tall people.
But yeah, I mean, as I said, it's an okay gym. Nothing flash. It's got.
Nothing flash. It serves the purpose. I would say I think QM2's was maybe a little bit more impressive from memory.
Yeah, agree.
A little bit more well equipped, but maybe that's because she does longer journeys. I don't know. Let us know below.
Yo! It's the kids club.
Oh, you're down with the kids.
I'm down with the kids.
He's not down with the kids.
So, despite popular belief, they don't actually learn how to become butlers, maids, or
such a pity.
Silver service. We were joking with Josh.
I really wish they would, because it would be a great skill for them to learn.
We said to Josh, that's what you're doing so that when you come home, we expect the full service. No, they don't. Kids club is just like any other kids club, isn't it?
No. Being that it wasn't particularly a busy time of year, it was quite easy to get Josh in.
Yeah.
We could book it last minute. There weren't many kids on. In fact, apart from there was only 2 or 3 kids in the kids club, so I don't think they were hugely busy.
Yeah.
They did all the usual things. They've got all the usual stuff in there. They've got the craft stuff.
They've got the video games.
They've got the air hockey table. They've got the foosball. Do your own DJ thing. Yeah. He seemed to have a well of a time. He didn't really ever want to leave when I came to pick him up. He'd be like, "Oh, you're here." But that's generally the response I get now. So.
I mean, it operated pretty well. As in, like the during the day there was like 3-hour sessions during most of the day. So 3 hours, 3 hours, and then 5 at night.
In port days, they only do an afternoon and evening session. They don't do a morning session. On sea days, they did a morning and afternoon and an evening session.
And I think the kids have to be over 16 for you to leave them on the ship if you want to go off.
Yeah, but after 14, I think they can actually... No, 12. They can sign themselves in and out of kids.
And unfortunately, Josh couldn't do it because he's not quite 12, but that's fine. We went up and had a good old chat with all the staff up there. So, but
they're very friendly.
Yeah, they have, like, as I say, a teen zone. The teen zone, though, starts from a very early age. So I think it's from about 8 all the way through, and it's one area. It's not split between different age groups. It's just basically...
Babies, kids
and teens. So, but yeah, it's the final countdown. It's final thoughts. So, what did you think?
What, of your singing or the ship?
No. The cruise and the ship and Queen Victoria.
I like them. She's showing her age a little bit, but do you know what? We can forgive ships for that. Yeah. I think there's a lot of TLC, and it does look looked after in some places. Mm-hmm. So we can forgive the other bits. I think generally I would like to see less of the cost cutting on the food. We've said this before with things. Just charge a little bit more.
Fares a little bit.
It's not like you got to raise it much to keep that level, to spin that a little bit more, and something really special for people, I think, because cruises are special.
Yeah, they are, and it's kind of feels like sometimes it's just like the EasyJet or the Ryanair, and then it's like basic fare, and then it's like topping everything up. So everything you want to do is extra, extra, extra.
Which I think is fine for some people, but
fine,
Brits and us certainly. I like to go on board and feel like I've paid for pretty much everything. There's not much else I need to do, and I'm going to be treated and have a really great time. I don't want to feel like everything is kind of nickeled and dimed or penny pinched.
Yeah. But in general, the ship is beautiful. I love the nod back to the old sort of era of cruising. That's slowly going, and I know that Elizabeth is going in for a refit. And
so let's hope that she keeps a lot of those things. It does look quite tastefully done, and I think, and I understand it. As much as people get upset over things, I'm like, I get Queen Anne, and I get the modernisation of it. There's a new generation of cruisers coming in. The age is always getting lower.
Yeah.
They need to appeal to that market in order to retain their position in the market.
That was one interesting thing I did see on Queen Victoria, is that you can see the age of the average age of people coming down, because the average age was a lot less than what I thought it would be on Queen Victoria.
Yeah, it's getting lower and lower in Victoria. Oh, well, on Cunard.
Cruising in general.
But the food quality is really great. We do love Cunard. I'd love to dress up a little bit. And actually, one thing that is a little bit sad is they are kind of lessening the dress code. I suppose it's good in some ways. It's getting more accessible to others. I hope they don't go fully down to just like, it's a suggestion.
Yeah.
It should be, it's a formal night.
So
part of the fun of Cunard is dressing up, in my opinion.
Yeah, it has gotten down to the stage now, and I don't know, people rightly are going to say it's not great, it's great, but dark jeans, as long as they're not ripped, is acceptable.
I just said non-ripped jeans, actually, I think. Smart jeans.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we interpreted that as dark jeans, but I think
I'm not quite at the stage of jeans. I wear chinos. I like wearing my chinos, I think.
And also they've now turned it from the formal nights are like the black and white gala night that we had. Was very much kind of like you can wear just a suit with a tie. You don't have to wear the full DJ. So if you don't and you're worried about going on Cunard for that, don't worry. You can just wear a normal suit with necktie and things. They do other themed nights as well. They do, I think, a red and gold one. There's a roaring 20s.
And we did 40s. Masquerade on Queen Anne.
And there's Masquerade, which is really fun. So
that was fun.
There can be some fun ones, and I think that's kind of actually almost more fun than the standard black and white one they do, because it's like, well, actually, that's a bit of different.
It's something different. It's something different from just...
Which is what Cunard's great for. It's something different. It's something unusual.
Yeah.
It's unusual, it's different.
Yeah, exactly. Service was good. Like we noticed on Queen Mary 2, the service was the right level of service, so people would melt in, the staff would come in, they would serve you, and then they'd sort of melt back. Don't see that as much anymore, but it's still there.
That, but then also it was a little bit slow at times in the bars. Never for food service. Food service was always bang on. Yeah. But bars could be a little bit slow, even when they weren't that busy. Yeah. So it wasn't like it was peak time or something really busy. They weren't that busy, but it was just a bit slow service. Yeah. Talking about the actual Christmas markets cruise itself, there was two things which I think were lacking. You can't call it Christmas markets.
No, and explain why we can't call it Christmas markets.
It's a Christmas market. Because realistically, we went to Zeebrugge, great. We went to, which is the port for Bruges. Yep. You could go into Bruges very easily. Yep. We actually used a taxi to check out the prices because we thought the bus would be cheaper. Actually, it was like €10 cheaper to get the big taxis in and out than it was to get the bus there. Yep. But get the bus there. We also were obviously going to Cherbourg. Cherbourg did not actually have its Christmas market open. It opened on Friday this week, so we were there on like 2 days before, basically. Yeah. So it was a bit like, And Bruges, when we were in Bruges as well, it was during the day, and the Christmas markets were okay, but I just think they weren't as magical. So it would have been better if we'd overnighted, I think, and then just stayed in Bruges for an overnight. I think also there's nicer ports that you can go to that are right by the markets, etc. So we went last year to Antwerp. That was really great.
Amazing. Yep.
Port to go to, really beautiful Christmas markets, beautiful city and town. Not saying that Bruges isn't pretty, but maybe also there's Rotterdam, which is great, and you can sail right into. You've got Amsterdam as well. You've got Hamburg. So I don't know, maybe not the best selection to choose, but I suppose there's one bonus. It wasn't Le Havre.
No, that's true. That's true. We were worried it would be like Le Havre, but it wasn't. It was actually quite nice.
Yeah.
One thing though.
Oh, Southampton had a nice Christmas market.
Of course.
So and we could call it Christmas markets. It's a pre.
Because we did. It was pre. It wasn't part of the cruise, but it was pre.
Yeah.
One thing that people were complaining about was the lack of Christmas music on the ship.
Yeah. Apparently they are now piping it in on the cruise that went after ours, but on our one. There was beautiful decorations, beautiful things, but the only Christmassy time really was Aled, and then also getting off.
Yeah.
On the
last day we got off and they were like, and everyone was saying on the line, they are playing Christmas music. So.
Finally. But bit of a shame, but all in all, really lovely.
Yeah.
I might have booked another cruise on the Cunard Cruise. You have to watch this space if you want to know, so make sure you're subscribed. Our patrons will be finding out a lot before, so if you haven't, head over to patreon.com/Cruise Buoys and sign up.
That's not the only Cunard cruises that we're going on.
No, we have a few, but we're
coming up.
Stum on those. They are surprises, so yes, but it's a lot of Cunard cruises and a lot of exciting cruises full stop coming up this year.
Big question, would you go on Queen Victoria again?
Definitely. I'd like to try Queen Elizabeth as well, to see sister ship and things, and also to finish, so we've done all 4 queens.
Yeah, exactly. I want to do all 4 queens, so I can say,
so probably Elizabeth is kind of on my hit list more than Victoria, but
we might see the refurb when we eventually got on it.
Yeah, so. Also that's another reason as well as Queen Elizabeth having its refurb. I'm kind of like intrigued to go and see it post refurb. So
right. So I think that's the end of our review. So if you want to know more about our cruise, we've got our cabin tour as we said before. We're going to have a bit of a vlog series, and if you want to go back and have a look at some of our other Cunard cruises on Queen Mary 2 and Queen Anne, they're on our YouTube site here as well.
And make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell for notifications, because you're not going to want to miss the next cruise, because it's going to be stunning.
Oh, it's only how many days away now? I think it's like 12. Oh 10. My gosh. And this is going to be another Christmas cruise. So
cheers. Fingers crossed for a Christmas cruise. Please, people. Christmassy. It needs to be Christmassy.
Great. So we'll see you next time. Until then, bye. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, like, comment and share.